So if we now go over to like the movies list that you put, we have Almost Famous, Eat, Pray, Love, A Star is Born, Monday, Ella Enchanted, Mamma Mia, Prom, The Hangover series, Across the Universe, Wizard of Oz, Little Mermaid, Tangled, Grease, Titanic, The Notebook, 13 going on 30, Crazy Stupid Love. Honestly, there's a lot of fairy tale.
Mm-hmm.
That is an intrinsic value. It doesn't matter how many movies are here. They virtually all touch on this fantasy of love and desire.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Weird.
Like you have an inclination to the visual telling of romantic fantasy, which means that Gemma may be as well. She's experienced heartbreak. She's experienced heartbreak to an incredible degree because she got married to like her high school sweetheart, and that didn't work out. When you get married to your high school sweetheart, you are thinking that you sort of have the fairy tale. There's probably a reason why you created her to marry her high school sweetheart. That like some of that fantasy and desire has bled into the person that you've created. But Gemma is real. Again, like when you think of like how would I like to be sold to, part of this is visually you want to be sold a fantasy, a dream, this longing, this unattainable, this magical experience. Those key words are important to kind of stick off to the side because part of your brand needs to feel magical, all of the essence of those things, even like fantastic in terms of like the story. There is an element of comedy that may be something that you want to experiment with.
Already do. I find myself speaking in between songs to my audience and they laugh. I actually discovered it this year. Like, I'm actually funny. People laugh. I tell stories in between and have people laughing.
Theme for angsty love, because that exists in Friends for sure, Bridgerton, You, Emily in Paris, Love is Blind, One Tree Hill kind of stuff. That's like drama too, but it's drama geared towards relationships and this like deep love, and like oftentimes like these people that can't let each other go. Like there's a little bit of like toxicity. You like drama, you like toxicity.
Talk about that. So many of the relationships I've been in have been trauma bonds. What do you mean there's like nothing wrong, like ever? Like there has to be something wrong. There has to be. That's what came out of my mouth. And I realized that so much time of my life has been spent in survival. And so with regards to being boring, but the boring is that there's no drama. There's nothing to fear. There's nothing to run from. There's nothing to judge or have a concern for. And it occurs like boring. I was so like, there has to be something wrong and I'm going to go find it. There has to be. It can't just be this good. A few layers down was like, I can't possibly be deserving of something this good. There has to be something wrong. This mindset, like the grass is greener on the other side. Be satisfied with how things are. There has to be something better, and they will go and they will destroy the things that are like working in their lives in the pursuit of something better, rather than just be fulfilled what they have and accept that they're worthy of having it. Sometimes it occurs like it's okay because it's familiar, but it's actually really toxic and dangerous. But it feels okay because it's familiar. And it's almost like the mind goes and says, I know how to survive this because it's familiar, but that doesn't mean it's healthy for you. Like you said, it's like, well, that's already existing in my current vortex of reality. So in some ways I seek it out because in some ways it's become part of my identity.
So now we're putting things together because if you create art like this, you already know people seek it. Just because you're in a space of moving out of toxicity does not mean that your understanding of toxicity is any less than the new thing that you're acquiring. Think of it like math. In calculus, your brain is focused on formulas, and concentration is going to be talking about calculus. And it's not going to be on addition and subtraction. But the truth is that the only reason that you can get to the space of calculus is because of addition is greater than your understanding of calculus. Understanding of toxic relationships and drama, identity, and validation. That's the message that you can use to come out in your music. And in your music, you can write it in a way that directs people into the space that you are headed into, or the space that you wish for them to head into. If you just write music about like where you want things to be, it will be very hard to touch on the heart of people who are not there. Just like you said, it was a little harder to have these conversations with your partner when he didn't have the tools to meet them where they are.
And then bring them through with me.
Exactly. And bring them through with